Hello and welcome to my demonstration of the project in the course TDDD27, Advanced Web Programming at Linköping University. I decided to create a what's in my fridge type of website, since sometimes when you cook you have leftover ingredients or you find something at the back of the cupboard, and you don't really know what you can do with these ingredients, or you seek some inspiration, and that's why I decided to create this website. And to create this website, I've used Svelte for the front end, and in the back end, I used a Flask server with Workzug and Flask login to handle user authentication and user logins. And to store user-related data, I used a SQLite database, and to access this database, I used Flask SQL Alchemy. And finally, to access the ingredients and the recipes found throughout the internet, I used the Spoonacular API to send queries to this API to get ingredients and get recipes based on these ingredients. And when you go to the website, you're greeted with this view. It's divided into two panes. On the left-hand side, we have our ingredients, and on the right-hand side, we have our recipe suggestions. And as you can see here on the left-hand side, we are assumed to have a few ingredients at home already, such as water, flour, sugar, some sort of cooking fat or cooking oil, salt, and pepper. So the basic household items. We can then add some ingredients. For example, if you search for beef, we get a few suggestions on beef-based ingredients. And when we add one, we can see that it retrieves recipes for us automatically based on our currently selected ingredients. And if we add a few more, we can see, for example, that if we add pineapple, it updates our recipes to incorporate this new ingredient. And if we further add garlic and bacon, we can see on the recipe cards themselves that we, for example, for the bacon wrapped filet mignon, we have currently all 3 ingredients needed to create this recipe. And for the other ones, it still says what ingredients we are missing. And for up here, we can also see how many meals we can create with our current ingredients full. We can also get more recipes in our list here to view by clicking this Load More Recipes button. And we can see here that we get a few more examples. But we can also get more information about a recipe by clicking on this recipe card. So for example, the simple vinaigrette, we can now see more information about the ingredients. For example, what units it uses and how many units. And whether we don't have the ingredient or if we have the ingredient in our current ingredient list. We also get some nutritional information about the recipe. And we can also view the full recipe on its own webpage by clicking this button. And then we go to the webpage that it's hosted on to get more additional information. But if we go back, we can then close this side navigation panel by clicking somewhere or on the cross here. And furthermore, we can also open the recipe by clicking this button, or we can try to save it for later. But this is a login required feature. So if we click it here, we can see that, oh no, we're not logged in. We need it requires us to log in. And we will view that more a little bit later as well. But we can also further refine our recipe search by, for example, defining it on a cuisine. So for example, I'm in the mood for Italian food. So I search for Italian in the search field, and then I hit enter or click the search icon, or I can choose a suggestion. And then it filters the recipes to find Italian-based recipes. I'm not in the mood for Italian anymore. I want to see all my suggestions. Then I can click this button over here, or just remove the text. And we go back to our original recipes. And if we've added an ingredient by mistake, we can remove it by clicking this ingredient button, and then it gets removed. Or we can clear all our ingredients at the same time by clicking the clear ingredients text up here. And then everything is removed. And furthermore, to show what the functionality we get by having a user account, I will now create a user account and then log into it. So to access our account pages, we can click this wizard hat up in the right-hand corner. And when we go to it, we're greeted with a sign up page where we can enter our email and password. And if we already have an account, we can click this button to get to the login page instead. But we will now create an account. So there are error handling to check if the email is correct and if the fields are filled out, for example. If we just click enter here, you can see that the fields are required. So we will create a account with some email and a stronger password. And then hit the sign up button. And we are now logged in. And we can see that we are logged in since our wizard hat is now tilted and blue. And we also have our favorites icon that we can use. So we can now add recipes to our favorites. So if we add some ingredient, we can go with the beef again. We can add the taco egg rolls sound good, the filet mignon sounds nice, and Yorkshire pudding. How could you go wrong with that? So now we can also see that these heart icons are now filled to symbolize that this is a favorited recipe for this user. And if we go to the favorite page, we can now see that these recipes are loaded in to symbolize that we have favorited them. And we can, as we did before, click the recipe cards to get more information about what ingredients are needed, and to view the full recipe again and nutritional facts. And that's the added functionality at this point of the website when you have a user account. And if we're done here, we can go back and we can then go to our account management page by clicking the hat again. And we can now see here we have our information, like what's our email. We can sign out of the website, and we can also delete our account if we don't want to have it anymore. But for now, I will sign out, and then we're returned to the main page, and all ingredients and recipes are cleared for a new user experience to begin. And that's the presentation of my What's in Your Fridge website. Thank you very much for watching.